Their goal is to make you quit. Are you going to stop? Are you going to close shop? Are you just going to stop? No. Let me tell you something. You may get annoyed. You may get provoked. But the only reason why you are provoked is because you may be looking over. Don't look over. Spirit always wants you to focus and remember on what you asked for, to be stronger, to be wiser. Hey Sugar Dumpling, how you doing? It's your favorite Florida girl, Spiritually Urban. I hope you guys are doing well. And to the new subscribers, how are you? And to the people who's viewing me for the very first time, honey, how are you? I hope you are staying blessed, staying prayed up, and staying protected. My love, do me a favor. Hey, like and subscribe, baby. Don't hesitate. Now, you guys, this video is going to be a little different. Yes, I am a reader, but I'm also a worker. I'm also a healer, and I'm also a teacher. With that being said, something I want to talk about, right? And it's funny because I don't even know how to start this conversation, right? But I don't want it to be long. I want to keep it short and sweet. Short and sweet. Now, to the new subscribers, I want you guys to know the difference between Spiritually Urban, honey. She is bubbly, she is laughing, she is do. When I am giving a message from Spirit, I typically drift off that way. I don't know, honey. My kids call me That's So Raven. It's a little inside joke. However, to people who new to spirituality, what does that mean? Well, if you ever been to a black church and you hear them shout, he can tell about Heyyyy, they're speaking in tongues. That means their body is being used as a vessel, okay? Spirit is coming down. Spirit is using them. If you're into spirituality and you go to, I'm Jamaican, so we call it like a revival and stuff that's like that, right? But if you go to a ceremony, typically a spirit will choose an individual. Honey, if you go to a white church and you see them pull this move, yes, honey, the spirit is using them, okay? So that's what I mean by saying, hey, you know, when I'm tapping out, spirit is using me. Now, you guys, like I said, I want to make this short. So I don't know, I want to do this like in sectors, as in with love, with finances, but whatever. Let's just get a whole, let's just start, baby. Let's just start. So, energy harvesting. The one thing that people cannot stand. Baby, let's start off by a spiritual definition, right? So, spiritual energy is unseen, vital life force, often called spirit, that animates all living things and connects them to the cosmos. It represents a vibrational frequency reflecting our inner states, encompassing emotions, intuition, and mental state, which can be cultivated for healing, balance, and higher consciousness. Basically, it's what makes me, me. It what make you, you. It's what make us, us, our spirit. It's what make us who we are, okay, you guys? So with that being, okay, y'all, now we're going down to harvest. Harvest refers to the process of gathering mature crops, plants, animals, or fish for food or other use. Now, hold on, because I want to go down to where they have it for the figurative meaning as a verb, right? As a verb, it is to gather or accumulate the results of past action, efforts, or experiences. As a noun, the consequence or reward of an action. You guys, I want y'all to keep that in your heads for a reason, right? Because when it comes to energy harvesting, the number one thing I need you guys to know, boy, baby, I'm about to get some backlash for this, but it's fake. Energy harvesting is fake. It's an illusion. The whole goal is for you to stop doing what you are doing so they can continue to pick it up and hopefully find somebody who's better than you so they can hopefully steal from them to add to what they have going on. Now, when I say that it's fake, I say that I say that because here's the thing. If God bless you with a gift, right? I don't know who you deem as your higher power, but for me, it's the Most High. So if God blessed you with a gift, I don't care if that's cutting hair. I don't care if that's writing. I don't care if that's being a messenger, an artist, whatever it is, correct? Honey, somebody is going to come onto your path. Because here's the thing. When we ask for strength, when we ask for certain rewards, when we ask for wisdom, we are going to be tested. We're going to be tested to see if we really want those things and also if we deserve those things. I want you guys also to get out of the mindset thinking you always have to go pay somebody to cleanse your energy. That's not true. As long as you are aligned, all right? As long as you are aligned and as long as you are on the right side of karma, then you can honestly take care of that yourself. Yes, go seek higher power, go seek knowledge. But I want you guys to understand that when you do pay workers, not all of them, they're on the up and up, okay? Some do like to steal energy or try to steal energy to give off that illusion. So it's very important that you are very mindful on who you go to for your readings, on who you go to for your spiritual, even for your religion. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to those guidance, please, it's very important to go to God first and use your discernment. Again, whoever you seek as your higher power, and then use your discernment. This is a no judgment zone, okay? Meaning, I feel as though we were made to put here to heal, love, whatever. Now, here's my thing. Whatever your gift is, if somebody come across your path, right, collective, they're gonna have to study you. Whether they're going to be a fake friend, whether they're going to watch you from a fake account, whether they're going to act like a customer, a clientele, no matter what, they're going to want to study you. Now, I don't want you guys to get this confused, because there are certain times when we share off energy and it's being harvested, but it's also being recycled. Meaning, when you're in a relationship and you see that you and your partner, y'all start to look alike, it's because the energy is being recycled. And or you and your friends, y'all start saying like the same lingo, it's being cycled. You know, you're saying what she's saying, she be saying what you saying. That's different. It's a red flag when they completely come off of their path and they're doing something that's similar to you. Now, you have to catch yourself, because you don't want to be so far in your ego, because people do share similar path. However, I want you to be very mindful. So for instance, if you're a barber and if you do that, like say you do certain specials, right? On Sundays, it's a BOGO. All of a sudden, another barber. Sundays, it's a BOGO. Okay, cool. I see you. Then say on Wednesdays, you know, kids, they get their hair cut free. Now he's going on Wednesdays, kids. Now again, this is just for an example. You could be a nail tech, you could do hair, you could do tarot, you could be an influencer. Okay. Let me tell you what their goal is. Their goal is basically for you to stop. Their goal is for you to get so tired of doing what you are doing that you feel as though you aren't being seen. See, because that's the illusion there. For an example, I'm gonna use me. There's somebody who's trying to steal my energy, right? Oh, I don't know why. Because in my opinion, when you look at another individual and you go, I like their life, I want it, that's an insult to God. Not only that, that's an insult to your ancestors, your lineage, your whole Akashic records, quite frankly. So for instance, I'll do a post, the person, they'll project negative energy and then they'll copy my post, correct? Meaning, hopefully my post don't be seen, but their post, it becomes seen. Do I get tired? No, because it's my gift, again. So when I said, if it's yours, it can't be taken away, collective, at all. Going back to barber, their goal is to make you quit. Are you gonna stop? Are you gonna close shop? Are you just gonna stop? No. Let me tell you something. You may get annoyed. You may get provoked. But the only reason why you are provoked is because you may be looking over. Don't look over. Spirit always wants you to focus and remember on what you asked for, to be stronger, to be wiser, to be an alchemist, to be stronger, a stronger alchemist. So with that being said, Spirit wants to know, are you going to fold on yourself or are you going to push through? You see? Because it will look like you're going down, but baby, that's the illusion. That's what I mean by energy harvesting is fake. Because if God gave you that gift, it can't be taken. Now, if you are doing something that is not on your path, collective, God will allow them to dismantle that. Because God would want to force you onto being on your path. And I hope that makes sense. So let's say if you work at a car wash, but God was like, nah, bro, you should be in the studio. So you open up this car business and all of a sudden, nobody's coming to your car wash. You want to know why? Because they're supposed to be in the studio. So with that being said, when you know for a fact you are doing your calling, you know for a fact you're supposed to be a tattoo artist, you know for a fact you're supposed to be a writer, you know for a fact you're supposed to be a nurse, a doctor, I don't care what it is. They cannot take that from you because it's yours. The moment you throw in the towel, they can mimic you. Again, they can only mimic you because that gift was attached to you, collective, which means they don't know what's coming next. They can guess, even if they pull tarot. Remember, tarot is energy, meaning it's picking up on how they feel currently. One day somebody may be madly in love, the next day they may not. The energy changes. So they would have to keep an eye out on your energy. You stay 10 toes down at all times. Because if God sent you somewhere, if God said you're supposed to be somewhere, then who is a human being that bleeds the same way like you tell you that you cannot do that? And again, we're all being tested. So this individual, their integrity is being tested, and your strength, your resilience, you're being tested. Do you really want what's coming next? Are you going to push through? Because collective, a lot of people fell. They've given up. And the energy vampires, they got to take their mature gifts, right, in that season. But they still have to look for somebody who's better than that individual and or who's at the next level. Let me tell you something. I cannot put a time frame on it, but it can't be done forever. Do you want to know why? Because energy vampires needs energy. And if you are the source to that energy, and if you keep going, they're going to fall off. It's kind of like an eagle. When an eagle gets attacked, right, by a crow or whatever, it just goes up. Because they can go higher than the other birds. Baby, the bird is going to fall down. Meaning the energy vampire, they lose their stamina. They're tired. They're groggy. They're trying to drain you, but they're drained. They're sick. They have migraines. They can't keep up with you because you're not giving up. The only way to beat an energy vampire is staying on your path, doing your calling, and having resilience and faith. Okay? Because guess what? The energy vampire, they're going to either get tired, exhausted to where they give up, and or they find a weaker source. So when you come across an energy vampire, collective, I need you to do yourself a favor. Suit up. Suit up. Because baby, it's time to go to war and you get that sword out. Not to go against the other individual, But that's the spiritual battle for you, because you know, baby, your next blessing is going to come through. That next era. Honey, that second, honey, and that fourth tattoo shop. Look at you. You got your last certificate because you did not give up. You see, for somebody as well, somebody, they like to do something like maybe add sparkles in their eyelashes. I don't know, add a color. And maybe somebody, they trying to pick up on it. Baby, keep doing it. Not the energy vampire, but I'm talking about the blueprint. Because remember, the blueprint will always be the blueprint. An energy vampire is like Halloween. They want to keep their mask on forever, but they can't. And they're really hoping, they're praying that you give up because they're tired. Okay? So the truth about energy harvesting, it's fake. It's an illusion. The whole goal is for you to think that it's working so you can stop doing what you are doing so they can mimic you. And once they mimic you, they need to find another source. Or, boom, the light's being shown on the darkness and the truth comes out to light. For an example, when I realized somebody was stealing my writing on Instagram, I said, okay, I'll just go on YouTube. I'll do my little cute posts, but I'll do my speech and my wording, my writings, and I'll do it on YouTube. I alchemize the energy. So when you find yourself face to face with an energy vampire, don't fold. Alchemize the energy. Remember, this is not a time to be afraid. This is not a time to be stressed out, annoyed. Alchemize that energy and listen, and remember, God got a blessing lined up for you. He just want to see if you're going to pass the test. So if you come across an energy vampire, and if you don't care, honey, and you still tending to your garden, fresh watermelon juice, honey, congratulations on your next come up. Congratulations on your next level up. Congratulations, okay? Congrats. So the next time you see an energy vampire, black, you're fake. And stand 10 toes down. Do not give up. Now, I love you, collective. I really do, baby. I really, really, really do. I hope this was not long, you guys. My next video, I'm going to do a video on energy harvesting when it comes to love, on what it looks like, on if this is a karmic that's just trying to suck you dry, literally, and or if this is like, you know, it's good, you know, because I don't want you guys to get confused. Also, when you are watching tarot, right? When you are watching tarot, I need you to always go in there protecting your energy, okay? When you're done watching a tarot, matter of fact, when you're doing any spiritual work, when you're done watching tarot, and or doing tarot, you have to remember to call all of your energy and powers back to you. It's very important, because not every spiritualist, you guys, they're on and up and up. Remember, spirituality is balanced. There's dark and light, you guys, okay? There's dark and light. So with that being said, you don't want your beautiful energy to be lingered around in someone else's energy where they can spy and see what you have coming next, or guess on what you have coming next, okay, you guys? And another thing I wanted to say, a lot of, this is not all of them, because you guys, okay, a lot of spiritual workers, you know, if you're watching me, then honey, I know you come across it, where they will say, oh, I'm going to do a full moon this, a new moon this, or this, that, third, or whatever, a ritual. If you want blessings, put in $1,000, $500, $200. Again, this is not for everybody. A lot of times, honey, most of the times, it's fugazi. I'm not gonna sit there and knock you and be like, oh, I'm not gonna do that on my page, because there's definitely going to be times when I'm going to do certain rituals on my page, but most of them, they're gonna be free unless Spirit tells me to. So that's why I say please be mindful, because for some workers, Spirit lead them to charge a certain amount. But I want you guys to be mindful, okay? Because sometimes, as a matter of fact, the number one sign of a fake worker, a fake reader, a fake root worker, a fake a fake high priestess, correct? Again, when I say fake, I mean someone who is portraying as if they are of the light and are balanced. The number one sign is that they can't do anything by themselves. Meaning, when they are going out into the world, they need a group. When they're going out, they need a group. And they're always in an environment where they can feel comfortable with other demons. Meaning, do not take offense when I say like the club. I'm not knocking anybody at all, because if one of my friends have a birthday party at a club, I'm going to go to support them. What I'm saying is this: if someone says that they're of the divine and they're a healer, but yet their spirit is always in demon-filled place, I don't know what kind of healing that is, quite frankly. So please use your discernment. Be mindful of people who's trying to be your friend, trying to milk you of your energy and of your money. Point blank, period. Okay? Because people, they would try to form a friendship, which is a soul tie, just so you can feel bad not to go to them for readings anymore, or not to go to them for spiritual work anymore. You guys, be mindful. Real tapped in people, they need time to themselves. They're hermitists. They're solo. I'm not saying they're not around family, baby. I love my family. Hell, honestly, between you and I right now, because I'm doing tarot, I decided to block all of my family, not out of love nor hate, but because I'm doing tarot and I don't want them coming on my page and then I pick up on their energy and they're like, oh my God, Bree, she's all up in our business, and that's not what I'm doing. Plus, I've always been a hermitess. I've always been to, well, other than when I had my old friends, but baby, I didn't, If I wasn't with my friends, I was in the house. Like, no, I don't got time for that, okay? So with that being said, you guys, be mindful. Also, be mindful of divine workers doing karmic things. Baby, you do not want to pick up on people. You don't want to pick up on people's bad blessings. I'm just, baby, you ain't, listen, I don't want to make this too long, you guys, okay? Listen, you guys, return the energy back by liking up this page, okay? Thumbs up, and remember what I taught you. So when you're done, you know, I always pray for y'all, of course, but you know, when you're done, watch me, be like, ooh, shout out to Spiritually Urban. I give Spiritually Urban all of her energies and powers back to her, and I, John Doe, I call all of my energy and powers back from Spiritually Urban. Okay, you guys, practice doing that. Even when you go to somebody to get work done, when you go to a pastor as well, you guys, because people are human. And remember, not everybody is on the up and up, folks. Because if they were, I would not be making a video about energy harvesting. Okay? But anywho, I love you. I do. You guys stay prayed up. I said I was not going to make this video so long, and damn it, I feel like it's long. All right, y'all. I love you so much. Stay blessed.